Most of you saw me today out on the field. I'm Coach Speckman. I was, for 6 years, I was the running backs coach at Willamette University. It's a small Division III college in Oregon. And I learned a lot there. And as far as running backs go, it's something that I've always been interested in because in offense, I played wide receiver, I played some quarterback long ago, and running back is something for me that helped me understand the full concept of the offense. As a wide receiver, maybe you stay out there and you run your routes and you block a little bit, but what's going on in the inside, right? Running backs have a little bit like linebackers. They have to play inside, outside, pass, run, block, a little bit of everything. Okay? And to that, I want to go ahead and talk through some basics, some fundamentals, things that are things we would do and focus on every day as a running back coach, even at the university level. Okay? So, fundamentals are for any position the beginning, right? That's why they're called fundamentals. Okay? What I always want to do with any player, with any level, is go back to basics. This can go with any position. Back to basics. Start as if they don't know anything. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes one guy knows or thinks he knows everything, and sometimes the others don't. Okay? So for me, it always starts there. You have to build players from the ground up. You have to. There's no other way to get them to the level that you need them to perform at in a game. Okay? Sweat the small stuff. Okay? A lot of people say, he did it pretty good. He did it pretty good. But for me, that's not doing my job. As a coach, I have to sweat the small stuff. I have to look at it and say, hey, your first step, it was wrong. Yeah, coach, come on. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to help you. I'm here for you, right? We have to explain that to them. We have to make sure that we as coaches understand that it's important to look at the small stuff and to tell them and show them how to do it better. Okay? Muscle memory. This is repetitions. This is how we build fast players. If we can't do it in practice, and if we don't do it 1,000 times, we won't be good at it in a game situation. I mean, Jerry Rice didn't just run out on the field and start catching footballs. Well, maybe he did, but he didn't get great until he did it thousands and thousands of times. Okay? Thousands. No joke. Every day, all day, that's what it takes at that level. Okay? Our players aren't at that level. That's okay too. But it's still the base where we have to start. Give them repetitions over and over and over until they can do it almost in their sleep. That's the goal, at least. Right? Give your players the tools they need to succeed. If I've never been taught how to take a handoff, how can you expect me to take a handoff? Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay? We have to give them the tools that they need to succeed. If you never explain to me what a 4 linebacker set is and a 3 linebacker set is, how can I read it? Well, I can't. Okay? We have to give that to them. We have to. Stance and starts. This is where it all starts. Okay? We always start out with something a little bit different. The stance that I use is just a little bit different than some of the base stances you might see. The first thing that's different is toes out slightly. Okay? If we stand here and my toes are out slightly, okay, not so bad. Shoulder width apart, right? We want to be on the inside half of our feet. Okay? We want to have a positive knee angle. This is a term basically to say that we want to have a little inside bend in our knees. Okay? That gives us the ability to coil, right? like a snake, ready to strike and to move forward. Well, why do we have to have this weird angle? It feels weird. A lot of players will always say that at first. Okay. But the reason is because the inside half of our foot is what we're going to push forward with. Okay? If I stand out in a normal position, not on the inside half, not with positive knee angle, I have to turn this back foot and push. Just a little bit, but we're losing time. Okay? So we want to already start in that coiled, ready to move position. So again, toes out slightly, positive knee angle, can do the hands on the knees. I don't like to put too much pressure there, right? We don't want to be heavy on our knees. Okay? And now I can see everything and I can push and go. Okay? Same thing here, I can push and go, whichever way you're going to need to go. Right? We don't want false steps. We don't want to move backwards to go forwards. This applies really to just about every position. Okay? Don't move backwards to go forwards. Know where you're going, right? Am I taking a 45-degree step on my first step? Am I taking this way, forward, straight ahead, whatever it is. Okay? 2-point stance versus 3-point stance. Coaches have developed this over time. Right now, the 2-point stance is pretty universal. 3-point stance I still see a lot of value in, but it is harder to read the defense. Okay, I can understand that. If a coach doesn't like that, no problem. If I put in a fullback, a lot of times I like them to be in a 3-point stance. They don't have to be. It depends. If we're in split backs, doesn't maybe make a big difference. If we're in an I formation or an offset I, generally I would like the fullback to be low so he fires out because he's closer to the line of scrimmage. He needs to get into those gaps fast. It goes with whatever your philosophy is on offense, right? If you're only playing spread and only playing one back, 2-point stance is totally in order. It works, okay? If you want to have a little more 2-back, a little more different, 3-point can work. Now, that being said, some players, and I've had this at the university level as well, some players just aren't good in a 3-point stance. They're not fast for whatever reason. Maybe we don't always have time to coach it up. Then I would say as long as they're in a good 2-point stance, why not? Okay? That's okay too. Have to look also at the strengths and weaknesses of our players and then build that. Okay? Taking the handoff. Taking the handoff, we really want to make sure we have a big pocket. What's a big pocket? Well, we're going to have a big target for the quarterback to put that ball on my belly. Okay? That's where it needs to go. Right? We don't want to knock the ball out of the quarterback's hand by having a small pocket. Just not going to work. The worst, even sometimes as a coach, and you're sitting there giving you guys handoff, hey, take a handoff, and they come in with a low elbow and they hit you right in the forearm, and you go, oh, gosh, it's the 4th time today. You know, it's no fun, okay? So if you overemphasize it, you really just hammer it, okay? Then hopefully, eventually, they understand, oh, I got to do it. Coach is going to get, he's not liking that, okay? Big pocket. We always have the inside elbow up to the quarterback. If the quarterback is here on my right, okay, I'm going to have my elbow up to him, okay? That creates this nice little window where he can put that ball in there, okay? Thumbs down. This is something a little different as well. I want to have both thumbs down. That creates the necessity to keep the pocket open and not to close it, to really think about thumbs down on both hands, okay? That also allows us, when the ball comes, to get over both tips of the ball, okay? If you just kind of have the ball here or your hand here and not completely open, you also still run the risk of not getting it completely open, not a big enough pocket, still can get the ball off your hand, off your elbow, whatever. We don't want that. Overemphasize, thumbs down, okay? Top arm on our clavicle here, okay? The other hand on our belt line. Okay, nice and big. Boom. Both tips of the ball should be just like that. Automatic. Okay? And then we're going to clamp down on the ball. We never take the ball. Okay? We're not going to do it like back in the day. Marcus Allen, I think, used to do stuff like this, and that's not. We're going to allow the ball to be put into the pocket, and then we're going to roll over and clamp down on that thing and make sure we have it tight. And then we start doing our moves, okay? We roll over the ball, protect it with our shoulders, and look where we're going. That's it. Okay? Good. Ball security, very, very important. Okay? Nothing drives an offensive coordinator crazier than having a great run and then losing the ball because the player wasn't paying attention or wasn't great with his ball security, or her. Okay? We always have our 5 points of pressure. We talk about 5 points of pressure. We have it on our fingers, our wrist, our forearm, our bicep, and our rib cage. Okay, nice and tight in there. Okay, we always want to keep it tight. We always talk about don't let the back door be open, right? We don't want that. Okay, keep that elbow in. Keep that elbow tight. Keep those points of pressure so that that ball is safe. We talk a lot about what we call tiki style. It's a little outdated since Tiki Barber's also kind of been out of style for a while. But Tiki Barber started running around in the NFL just with the ball always right here. And he had that thing up tight, and he had that thing safe. Okay? And he developed that because of his own needs as a player. Okay, I'm having some trouble with fumbling. What should I do? I'm just going to run everywhere like this. Okay, fine. If it works, it works. And when you're as fast as that guy, okay, right? So we talk about traffic, no traffic. Traffic is when there's a couple guys or getting in my area. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe there's people behind me. I don't know because I've come through the first level. I want to get that ball up. I bring the elbow into the midline. I push hard against my chest, okay? And I protect the ball with my shoulders, okay? And now I can go everywhere I need to go, right? All through there, okay? And we say no traffic, traffic, right? Just like that. And I'll show you that in a minute on the film. Keep ball tied to the body, okay, right? Never let it get away from your body. You should never doing these jukes. It's not basketball. You're not Allen Iverson crossovers. I'm dating myself by all of these references. It's all right. I don't know. Anyways, free arm crowther. Now, part of the reason we can use traffic, no traffic, sometimes we will have to cover the ball with two hands. But generally, we don't spend a lot of time teaching it. We have so many other things to teach, and if you don't know how to put two hands on the ball and just, then that's something that shouldn't take a lot of time anyway. But we really talk a lot about traffic, no traffic, because that keeps you safe when you're not sure where people are. Okay, if you see two guys in front of you, they're about to hit you, and okay, of course, yeah, makes sense. Free arm crowther is just using your free arm to create space, okay? We talk about bringing it also from the belt line. We have the ball tight still. We're going to reduce the shoulder. If a defender comes on this shoulder, I reduce the shoulder, get low, roll up, and drive through. Okay? Talk about a free arm crowther. This is how we get hard yards. This is how we get extra yards. This is yards after contact. Having that, and not just doing this, right? Not just, sometimes you have to. Of course, you're standing in the hole and there's a linebacker right there. What am I going to do? Okay? But as you get real good at the traffic point here, and we get into that hole, and I'm great at reducing the shoulder, and I blow that linebacker out, and I go through it, that's the hard yards. That's what the great players do. Okay? Not so easy, but we have to practice it so they have that tool. They have a chance, right? Okay. I'll go through quick on pass blocking. We're going to also see this on the film. The biggest thing to understand is that pass blocking and run blocking is not the same. A lot of running backs that I've worked with don't know that. This is really, I don't just run right into them. No, really not. Okay? Pass block, we're going to do it a lot like what our offensive line is doing. That we're going to sit in a chair, okay? We're going to get our head back, right? We're not going to get our face into the action, right? Because we need to control. Pass block is about control. It's about leverage. It's about keeping your butt to the quarterback so you protect him, right? We don't want to get our head involved. We got to work the feet, inside leverage. We always talk about half the man, especially for running backs. A lot of times they're smaller than linebackers. Not always, but a lot of times, okay? You don't want to just try and run right into the guy head up, okay? We want to take half the man. And that's important because it also gives us a way to cut off the momentum to the quarterback, right? We take half the man, we can work then the pocket. Create that pocket. Violent hand strike. Violent hand strike. A lot of players, I mean, some of the players that you think, you see them in street clothes and you think, man, that guy would take my head off with a punch. And then they get on the football field and they don't strike with the hands because it's maybe not a closed fist, whatever it is. But if you're not violent with your hands, it's not going to function real well. You're going to get blown up, okay? Violent hand strike. Ask them, hey, have you ever punched anybody? You ever do a little of that? Yeah. Okay. Well, do it with an open hand. Do it with control. Thumbs inside, hands up, okay? That's what we got to teach them. Don't be a sitting duck. Don't just come to the line and wait, okay? Be active with your feet. Be in good position. Stay low. Be athletic and keep your eyes up so you can see what's coming. Run block. More aggressive. We talk about dipping and spiking the knee like you got a railroad spike that you're going to put into the ground. Boom. Okay? Right? We're going to load the hands in the holsters. Boom. Chest up still and strike and drive the feet. Okay? It's a more aggressive block. You can also use a double Crowther. When there's a very small space and that guy is coming full speed and you get down and bah, it just happens sometimes. But you always still want to go low to high and roll up. Okay? It's attack mode. Run blocking is attack mode. It's still controlled attack mode, but it needs to be more aggressive than a pass block, which is more about control and leverage. Okay? Keep a wide base for both, all over the field. Defensive recognition. I mean, for any player, we have to say, where are the bad guys and which way am I going? Right? Where are the bad guys? Which way am I going? Great advantage for offense is that we know where we're going. Or we should know where we're going. Most of the time they know where they're going. Right? Again, where are the bad guys? Which way am I going? Where's the point of attack? Right? Have a plan. Okay, that outside linebacker's in a blitz position. I have to keep my eye on him. I have a plan. I know I have to block in this position. I'm going to work inside out, make sure I keep my butt pointed at my quarterback. Great. Great. Okay. Is the D-line shaded or head up? If they're head up, they're probably moving. Could be. I mean, we heard about the bull rush from Coach Spear yesterday. Could just bull rush you, but again, we need to read the defense a little bit. Are the linebackers in blitz position? How many are there? 3, 4, 2, 1, I don't know. Okay? We got to be able to identify those things to have successful plays. And players need to have those tools. Without them, they don't have the full concept. Of course, it takes time. Of course. Players that have only played 1 or 2 years, they probably won't get to that in the first year or whatever it is. But we still have to tell them about it. We still have to make a point to say, hey, this is something important. Maybe they don't fully understand. It doesn't matter. We give it to them, and we give it to them again and again and again until they get it. Okay? Good. The 3 Bs. This is something widely used by coaches. We talk about bend, bang, and bounce. Bend is cutting back, basically. Bang is when you just bang it in the hole and just go, run right through there. Okay, and bounce is when we bounce it outside. Bend, bang, and bounce. Now, not the most important thing, but at the same time, a very important way for us to communicate with our players. Hey, why did you bend it on this play? That's the play you have to bang in there or bounce. Those are your only two options. Every time you're always trying to look for the cutback, trying to bend too much, okay? Or we can tell our player, hey, on this play, it's an automatic bounce. That's just how this is designed. Fine, it gives us a way to communicate where they should go. And it's simple enough that they should be able to get it, right? Oh, whoa. Okay. Every coach has their favorite buzzwords, their favorite phrases. We've developed some over the years. Slow to, quick through, especially when you're playing a zone scheme. You have to be slow to the hole. When you see the crease, you hit it. Slow to, quick through. You're receiving the ball, you're patient, and then full speed through the hole. Okay? Slow to, quick through. We say that over and over and over and over. Some plays you don't do that on. If you're running a goal line ISO and you go slow to, quick, you're probably not, you want to get in there faster, right? So this is, again, really tailored to zone, stretch, spread concepts. A-hole to the play hole. This is just a funny way to say, read your blocks, right? If the guy is blocking here and you run outside, well, you didn't read the A-hole, right? A-hole to the play hole. That'll take you there, okay? When in doubt, take it out. Now, this is something that works really depending on your scheme. Some coaches don't like to bounce plays. They want you to, even if there's nothing there, hit it in there. That's okay. That's okay. In our system, we like to have this idea because we've designed also different pieces of our perimeter run to fit with this idea. Anyways, so when he's not sure, he's going to bounce it outside. When in doubt, take it out. J-step is just a good J-step, and to have a flat step. I mean, these are all just, some of them are more specific to the system. Spike the knee is something important, though, for me, in a run block situation where we really get down, spike that knee and strike and get low and have a good approach to our run blocking. Violent hands, see the butt, cut it up. If you got a receiver blocking out here and you see that butt, you cut it up, kind of like the second one here. That's where we want to read our blocks. Have to do it, okay? Nothing makes blockers crazier than getting run up the back of their legs, getting rolled up by the running back because he just didn't see the hole, okay? That makes people unhappy, let's say. Okay, so you got to read our blocks. Have a plan, finish, okay? Always preaching that, finish, 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 okay? Every day, all day. Hard yards. For running backs, we have to have that idea. Hard yards have to be a part of the mentality of a running back. If you're more likely to run out of bounds than to cut back and get 3-4 more yards, you might have to play receiver. No, I'm joking. I played receiver as well. But again, the idea is we have to have that tough mentality as a running back because you got a lot of hard jobs to do, okay? And if you're going down too easy, you're not going to be as effective as you should be, okay? Soft squeeze. This is again for option plays. We don't want to clamp down when it's an option play and there's a possibility that the quarterback can pull it, okay? Soft squeeze. Traffic, no traffic, okay? And then rock the baby. We use this a lot because we use a lot of play fakes in our offense. Rock the baby is just when we don't get the ball, but we fake like we've got the ball. We grab the elbow and we rock that baby to sleep just like we have the ball, maybe even make a couple moves, okay? That really sells it to the defense when we rock the baby to sleep, okay? Oh, little baby, okay? Again, it's just a different way to explain that to them. So that's the first part. I want to go ahead and switch up here and show a little bit of these drills. And then we will keep going. Okay, so here's some running back drills that we filmed back when I was at Willamette University. And again, just 1 second here. Again, we start just like at any level of football with the basics, and we're talking about traffic, no traffic. So I'm just standing out in front telling them, oh gosh, it's going very fast now. He's very, frustrated. Okay. Again, we want them to stand still, start the arms, and when the coach says traffic, they bring it up to traffic, no traffic. Okay, traffic, bring it up tight against the body, no traffic. Okay, and you want to also make sure you do this with pads. At the time, we were still in the first part of spring training, so we didn't have pads on yet. But again, it's something that we will always start with. Traffic, no traffic. This is the first part of it. Just getting them in the standing position, working, bringing that up, elbow to the midline, tight against their chest. Okay, it's easier for some guys than others. Like you saw the guy before, he's got huge arms, so what are you going to do? This guy here. So again, the next step of that traffic, no traffic progression is we're going to just go ahead and go high knees, right? And we're going to go, the coach will prompt them, okay, traffic. And they bring it up tight, and they keep the knees pumping, okay? We want to be able to build that muscle memory we talked about by showing them, okay, how to do it while moving, but not necessarily with running, because that is also sometimes almost too fast at the beginning for them to really learn that technique. Again, same thing, traffic, and bring it up to the chest, keep the knees pumping. Now, the next part of this, traffic, no traffic point here is after 5 yards, the coach will say turn, and we will go into the traffic position and pump the knees moving backwards. Now again, a running back sometimes will end up in some awkward positions. We need to be able to protect the ball even when we're off balance. We need to keep the knee drive going even when we're not in our perfect situation of running straight ahead. Okay? It happens that sometimes running backs end up like a little pinball and bouncing around. We got to keep the ball tight. We got to be able to keep the knee drive going. Okay? Okay. Now this is sometimes a fun one. I'll show you a good example why it's fun. This is just called hand down. Again, the point is getting that ball up into the pocket. He's not getting it all the way in the pocket. Again, there he gets a little better. Okay, and then exploding out. This is working balance and being able to get the ball into the pocket each time quickly. Okay. Oh, that wasn't it. It's all one clip. Yeah. Again, there was one a little funnier because he didn't do it right. Okay. Next, ball security drill. Okay. We're going to get some players on their knees. You can have one knee up as well, or on two knees, either way. Point is here, we only want to use one hand. We want to work on traffic. When we feel pressure, we want to bring that ball tight to our chest and go ahead and make sure that we feel the pressure of someone trying to pull that ball out. Okay, that's very important. We have to know that pressure in order to combat against it. Okay, so again, just to get that feeling of someone's trying to get the ball, I bring it up tight. Uh-oh, he lost it. You're out. All right. Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be too crazy, but the feeling of pressure and feeling of bringing that ball to the midline, just like their number 27's doing, is doing a nice job. Okay. And then we'll progress to standing, light jog. The one on the top is, special. Okay. But the feeling of moving, pressure, going traffic and trying to protect that football and make sure that we don't keep the back door open. All of those points we talked about before, okay? All those little things. Okay? Now, excuse me. We are going to do a basic handoff drill. This is what we show here. We do it a little bit different, as I said before, in our system, in the system that I'm still using. We do a lot of faking. So therefore, we've added a first back and a second back, a fake back and then a give back. Now, you don't have to do this. Most people do this handoff drill just with one person giving to the next person, and on and on and on. So here you'll see something a little different, but you don't, if this was a normal handoff drill and you don't do a lot of play fakes, okay, you wouldn't need the fake back, you would just give him the ball, okay? Big important point is that you're going slow. We do this drill and they always want to go fast, and they always get faster and faster, and the lines get closer and closer and closer. Make sure you put a cone out, okay? Okay, make sure we're ready to go. Again, for us, we have a fake back. He's going to get over the elbow, rock the baby. He didn't rock the baby, okay? And we're making sure we have a big pocket, okay? And coaching all those points we talked about with taking the hand off. Big pocket, thumbs down, roll over the ball, clamp, okay? All of those points are what we're going to emphasize to our players in this drill. Okay, big pocket, clamp, roll over the ball, all that. See, they're already starting to get faster. Oh, he's too fast. Yeah. Okay. But this is a drill that you should be doing at every level because it gets everyone moving. Is one good thing. It keeps people moving, and it really gives the coach a chance to observe how the players are taking their hand off and coach all those little points that we talked about before. Now, we talk a lot about our blocking progression. Blocking is, for me, extremely important at the running back position. I think it's something that doesn't always get taught. Of course, part of it is time, especially here in Germany. We don't always have a lot of time, especially indies. Once the season gets going, it can be really tough to get these kind of things in. That's why we have to do it in our off season. You can do this in the gym, in the Halle. You can do this wherever, okay? Point is we get a step over to keep their feet in a wide base, okay? We start our guys, and we call this the step-by-step progression. Again, we're going to go through this, and I want to see my guys in a good position, chest up, hands in the holsters, and they're going to just take step, step, step. As the coach, I'm going to tell them, step, step. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, that was great. That was a great, thanks. You want to see it again? Boom. All right, he's going down. All right. So again, the coach will prompt the player, step, step, step. Okay, and we really you want to be able to hear it. You want to be able to hear the boom, boom, boom. Okay, it's really important. Okay, slam those feet. Have a great base. Keep the chest up. And then drive the hands at the end. I'll just say finish or strike. Okay, step, step, strike, boom. Our players, we want to keep the knees out. Okay, the guy on the right here is doing a little bit better. We want the knees going up and out because there's a player in between us right now. Okay, this is not kickboxing. We're not going to knee him in the groin 20 times. Important thing is also holding that wide base. That means knees out, up and out. We want to look up through our hands, okay, and drive. The guy on the right really does a great job. He was these were both our starting fullbacks here, these two big guys. Again, look up through those eyes, keep those thumbs up, boom. What you also see is that we're basically spiking the knee every time. Okay? Boom. They're not long steps. They're very short steps. Okay? Question? No. Okay? Very long, short steps, not long. Okay? But we want to make sure we're staying in that good position, ready to strike, chest up, balanced stance. Oh, son of a... All right. Okay? And then striking and pushing, driving up with the knee. We'll do this, and then step, 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 and then we'll go on to the next portion where we just let them run the feet. Okay? And now I'm just going to tell the players, set, go, slow down. Okay? Again, and then it's kind of like putting it together, right? Okay, we did the step, step, step thing. Now we're just going to foot fire, short steps, power, boom, and strike. Okay? Again, building from the ground up. First, we show them how to do it real slow. Then, we let them go a little faster. Then, we add more resistance. Then, we add a player to actually hit. Somewhere here. Okay? Then we go back and slow it down. Step, 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 strike, boom. And then we're hitting a player now. Okay? Please open. Okay? Again, talking about building from the ground up. Give them the tools to succeed. Okay? Each step, we're taking it to a harder level, and then we'll go ahead and do it all full speed. Okay? And again, eventually, we'll get to going a little faster. Another good drill for blocking is basically, I just put a couple step overs over there, and that just is simulating the edge for the player. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we work inside out in a pass block situation. The first part that we just showed was a little more towards the more aggressive run block. Now we're going to show them how do we get in good position for a pass block. Okay? Again, we want to go ahead and create the edge. Linebacker comes. We're going to get in our good stance, hands ready, and just mirror. Okay? Staying on the inside hip, creating a pocket, and going through it. Okay? Just like that. Good. Right? And this just allows them to understand the position they need to be in. Good. Next step, we add hitting. Okay? Go ahead and get your hands on. Keep your butt to the quarterback. Create the pocket. Push him by. Good. If he goes inside, we take him inside. That's a bad idea by linebacker. Push him inside. Stay in front. Okay? Now, technical difficulties. Again, just to work our footwork, okay, we're going to go ahead and let the backs go ahead and do some drop steps to kind of help them. They weren't doing it quite in sync here in this day. Our choreography was a little off, but, you know, spring practice. All right. But again, just getting them that feeling of not crossing the feet over, of staying in good position, of keeping leverage, and again, to give them some basic skills. So, as you see here, hopefully, there it is. This is the Montreal Alouettes. Okay? They are also doing traffic, no traffic. That's my dad He stole it from me. No, I'm sure. Okay? Again, at every level of football, back to basics. Every time, we got to start with the fundamentals. Traffic, no traffic. Switch hands. Traffic, no traffic. Keep it going. Okay? Here they're doing similar to what we showed before, trying to get the ball out. They're doing it with a knee up. Either way is okay. Both should probably be used. Okay? With 2 knees down or 1 knee down, for me, the important thing is feeling that pressure of somebody trying to rip that ball out of your hands. Another good drill to create that violent hands thing we were talking about. Get them down on their knees. They should be sitting on their heels. Okay? Head up. Out of the picture. Jeez, oh, Bezo. All right. Yeah. That's how it's working. And work on striking and driving up. Like I talked about, we want to hit up through and look through our hands when we have a good strike. Strike on the rise. Okay? And that's what this drill really can teach you. Right? Important stuff. Again, they're also working the basic mirror drill. Getting in position on the inside hip, half the man. Good stance, wide base. But to the quarterback, create the pocket. Okay? All good stuff. Go ahead and find... Sorry, it's all out of order, unfortunately. Well, here we go. Another nice drill. You can go get one of these Pilates balls here thing. And go ahead and give a nice handoff. Practice taking the handoff. Get some pressure. Keep the shoulders down. Cover the ball up. And then you're going to have somebody coming at your legs. You need to either avoid them or cut back. Right? So the ball at the second level is really, we're coming through the defensive line. We're going through the first level. And then there's this ball here, and that simulates the linebacker trying to come from one or the other side. And we need to react to him. Okay, it's a good drill to really work all of the skills. We're working jump cut, we're working handoff, we're working shoulders down, we're working hard yards, all of those things together. Oh. The next one. Here we go. No. No. There it is. Okay, at the next one, we're going to go ahead and talk about putting the shoulder down. Okay? Hard yards. Second level, get that shoulder down. Reduce the shoulder. He doesn't Crowther, but he doesn't maybe need to. He's also already had contact here, so it's better to double protect this ball. Okay? And then he's going to get the shoulder down and get those hard yards. Okay? That's the idea. You know, they always talk about be a rolling ball of butcher knives. I don't know if that translates very well, but you want to run hard. You want to run hard. Okay? Don't let anybody stop you. All right, so again, these are just some basic drills. Okay, some ways to teach blocking, some ways to teach ball security, and a couple of practical drills. All of these hopefully can help you with your clubs to create what we need, which is ball security, which is good running backs and receivers who can carry the ball as well, and people who can be able to be in many different situations and get you those wins, get you those touchdowns, okay? So, for my part, that's it for today. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully you have a couple things you can take home with you, okay? Thank you. Oh, question? Okay, video. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll have to send it to you because it's on Huddle still. I'll have to download it and we can talk those over. Okay? Not a problem. Not a problem. We'll get the email after this. Okay? Any other questions about what we did, real quick?
Why 3 coaches?
Why 3 coaches? Because they got a lot of money. That's why. Yeah. So one coach is the actual running back coach. The other one's probably an assistant, and the other one's probably an unpaid intern. That's how it is. Okay. It's the luxury you have at the professional level. But, yeah, and they also have a big group, right? They have more running backs than most of our teams will ever have. Okay, to have a group of 12 running backs or whatever they have, at least at the beginning of the year, before they make some cuts. So this is a little different, but it also helps if the ball rolls away. Have an extra set of hands, you know.
Yeah, I find this truth very interesting.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Okay.
That's why I want them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No problem. We'll get that done. And then also we'll all get a code for the speech from Soren, so we can watch this online as well. Okay.
Die Videos sind ja auch aufgenommen, also ihr kriegt ja den Code, ne? Dann könnt ihr das auch schneller da gucken.
Aber I want them.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good feedback. I like it. All right. So that's it. Then go ahead and we'll get on to the next one. Good? Great. Thank you.